Good morning, everybody. I'm at Parcaut with Mike Kelly. That's right. He's back in the studio today.
Back in the saddle again.
That's right.
I have my Darth Vader voice for probably the next day.
Just the next day.
That's it usually doesn't last more than 3 days.
Oh. Those are usually the days that you go, do other things, so voiceovers and
Yeah, I do that. I do all the voiceovers for Ford, F-150, and then the movies live.
All right, why don't you get your real estate out of the way?
You want to do this real estate stuff out of the way?
Yeah.
Okay, look at that. 643 active listings at single-family townhomes and condos in Stanislaus County. Look at the closings, though. We're moving into our...
What's that, 296?
Yeah, we're
it's
moving
hard for
into
me
our
to see
third week of February.
I don't know. You're telling me. We are in the 13th. Right now it's today.
13th week.
No, we're in the second week, almost finishing the second week.
Okay. And blazing into the third week. We're at 296 closed transactions since the beginning of the year. Our pendings are finally back up in the 340s. We kind of hang in the 350s, mid to high all year long. So it looks like things are starting to pick up a little bit. But the listings are definitely not
I can't even read that number. The thing's so small.
I'm sorry. There's a curtain over
That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's not the curtain.
No, but this changes the size.
No, it doesn't.
Right here.
It does not, but that's okay. There, that changed the size.
There we go. Look at that.
643. Wow, now everybody can read it. They don't have to get their magnifying glass out.
I've been gone for 2 days, so I'm completely out of sorts. I don't know how to do these things unless you were here. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
1,281 total properties are doing things.
Yeah, but that's pendings are back to normal. The active is really low, about 200 to 300 low.
Exactly.
And we're half of what we normally would have in a normal year that we haven't had since 2018.
Right.
So
a normal year. We've been in these abnormal years,
which are now normal years. It's a trend.
What if I do that? Nothing, huh?
Yeah. All right. We're good.
Okay.
Good. What about California? Did you get any of those numbers yet?
Well, I got the CAR numbers as far as closed transactions per day, weekend.
We can't see it. You got to reshare it again.
Yeah. Okay.
You didn't share the monitor. You shared the tab.
Oh. Well, how so stupid of me.
That's not. That's how it works.
I just don't know all these intricate little things.
Dow's up 148 right now while you're doing that.
Are you serious?
The rates are better by 10 basis points. They were better by 31 yesterday, plus this. And then the 10-year sitting at 4.0579.
Say that again?
Yeah, 4.079. Yeah,
wow.
4.0. We were close to 420 this week. And
I
was
know.
Like 420. Go ahead. Talk about your stuff.
Hey, 314 closed sales per day, week ending February 7th in the state of California. And pendings are up. That's a good thing. Pendings are up 487. We were kind of lounging in the 300s the last few weeks. And here we are at 577 new listings per day. That's up 100 or so, which is nice. That means we'll have more closings.
Look at that. The entered escrow's up. You listed a property, closed the sale. Oh, no, those are about normal. I was thinking that was the next one down, that's even worse.
This one.
That's 1 in 20.
Look at that.
Prices will be up.
People are starting to get negative on us.
Sales will be up. What's that? 4, 6, 8, 10. I can't. 1 in 9, 1 in 8. Yeah.
And then a quarter.
Listings will be up. That's 1 in 4.
Yeah.
But the other thing, prices will be up. That's
horrible. I think agents are starting to realize that there's going to be a little bit of a price adjustment, but with the lack of inventory, that price adjustment won't be huge.
No, they already said that they're softening all over, but it's going to change soon as the spring system comes around. We start having more people. The rates are continually going down.
Yep.
And you can see with the 10-year at 4.05, that's helping everything right now. And people are going, what happened? Why is everything so much better than it was? Well, we had cooling inflation numbers come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, God.
I just had a thought.
Yeah, that was the thing telling me one thing's done. So we had a cooler CPI report, which I'll get into, and then a strong 30-year Treasury auction yesterday, which played out exactly as we expected it to do, which is good. Sometimes that happens. So let's get right into the consumer price
Okay.
index.
I want
CPI
to know.
month over month was plus 0.2, actually 0.17%.
Oh,
so it's less than 2 cents, but they rounded up.
Yeah, that sounds
annualized right at 2%. Year over year inflation fell from 2.7% to 2.4%, beating expectations of 2.5. Why this matters? A drop like that from 2.7 to 2.4 isn't just slightly better, it's meaningful deceleration, and the bond market trades directionally as we keep the trades level. So basically they're saying, oh, this is going in the right way, we're going to just let this 10-year keep going down.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to see. Core CPI came in at plus 0.3 on the month. That was in line with estimates. And what did we get out of that? And there is a key nuance. It likely would have been plus 0.2 if it not for a 6.5% jump in airline fees.
What?
Yeah, so it would have been lower if the airlines didn't say, hey, we're going to charge more for our mess up.
Pass it along. Yeah.
Oh, that's because airline fares popping could be the weather-related travel dynamic because of weather and everything else that's going on.
Well, the best way to get people to travel is to charge them more.
That's correct. I always learned that. Or actually, you need less travelers to make more money, and everything's nicer. And here's the thing: is if you're an agent or somebody else or whatever you're selling, double your costs, and you'll work less and make more. Why are you laughing?
That's
it's
what
true.
Grandpa used to tell me. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, he told me that.
And the other thing that came in is shelter cost was down. That would be rental stuff.
Rentals are going down again.
Yeah.
What?
And the tariff inflation still not there.
But they said it would be.
Well, it's not. All right. So light news today. We'll banner some more. But next week we have Tuesday ADP weekly employment.
Okay.
National Association of Housing Building House Market Index. Wednesday is mortgage application.
Wait, say that one again.
No, NHAB. There you go. Housing starts. Wednesday's mortgage applications, housing starts, durable goods, Fed minutes, 20-year auction. Thursday's jobless claims, pending home sales. And Friday is your favorite. No, that was BLS that came out. Personal consumption expenditure, PCE, which is the Fed's favorite gauge of inflation. We'll see what that is. Fourth quarter GDP and new home sales.
There's a lot. What are we doing Monday?
Nothing. It's a holiday.
It's a national holiday.
It's President's Day, which is 2 presidents together makes one day really off. Unless you're in school.
I remember when they did that. Probably, I think my 6th grade year, we used to get two different days off. One was Lincoln's birthday, one was Washington's
They do,
birthday.
but we only get one day.
I know. Then they changed it to President's Day, and it's only one. They combined them. I don't know who fought for that.
So we talked about this before, the 21st Century Act, which has to do with, man, there used to be an insurance company in the 20th century. They were amazing in Southern California until the fires took them out down there. Long time ago, we're talking. Oh, get back over here.
I kind of remember their commercials.
Then they went to the 21st century, and then they changed their name. So it passed through the House, right? Where did it think it was? 390 to 9 on Monday.
Okay, what is
supply side? This is the 21st Century Act.
Okay,
getting there. This has to do with boosting supply and improving affordability. Yeah, let's see if this really works. Supply side headline zoning plus missing middle housing. What this is going to do for us, you as agents, this is what it's supposed to tell me. We'll see if it came out the right way that I wanted it to. All right, so this HUD would publish best practices encouraging states and cities to reduce barriers like eliminating parking minimums, allowing duplexes and triplexes in single-family zones. Don't we already do that here in Modesto?
I think so.
Legalizing ADUs. We already did that. So I think this is more of a national level, not just California that we did already. Reduce minimum lot sizes. God, do we really need to do that? Streamlining permits and approval. Let's do that. Let's cut the costs on that. Let's get those costs down. But that's not even in here. Faster building times, build narrow. The bill narrows certain NEPA, review requirements by expanding category exclusions, especially for projects under 15 units, infill development, offers to residential conversions, and rehab work. I don't know if this is really going to do much, this bill. I mean, they're trying. This is that one that really pushes manufactured housing modernization. Major rewrite: factory built homes on permanent foundations could be treated more like site built housing by removing the permanent chassis requirement for financing, title, and tax. So back in June of 76, HUD said these things are crap.
Yeah, they were.
So that was mobile homes. So herefor we're going to call them manufactured homes because they're built in a factory, but they have to be on a permanent chassis and brought out to the site, with wheels and everything else. And then you can put a permanent foundation underneath it. I guess they're going to change it to where they're not going to be on a permanent chassis anymore, so that they can be just brought out more like I would say more like a modular, from what I'm hearing.
So just tilt up all the walls.
Yeah, well, not even the walls. Here's one, put the next one together,
Gotcha.
put the next one together. The same thing they do now, but on wheels. But they don't have to have that permanent chassis. So that's what they're looking at.
Gotcha.
That would make manufactured homes more appealing to lenders.
Yes,
because modular is exactly like a single family home. A manufactured is not. It is the redheaded stepchild of the industry. And I apologize if you're a redheaded stepchild.
Well, I grew up redheaded, but I wasn't a stepchild. But sometimes they treated me like one.
So this supposedly this is going to be for real estate and potentially more inventory. More financing past higher FHA limits. Okay, we'll see. Better resale financing options for They should match FHA with conventional.
You think so?
Loan limits like the VA did.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do that? Why do we have to have separate
You
ones?
either qualify or you don't, right?
They're all owned by the government anyway.
Right.
For lenders, higher FHA for multifamily limits could expand deal flow. Smaller dollar mortgage pilot could open a niche. These are great and everything, but I think the biggest thing, let's just get rid of that loan limit, and then FHA would do a lot more.
Do you think the issue is the ratio at the back end?
It's 56. It's only 6% higher than the 50.
Exactly.
Everybody uses FHA for that, but the problem you run into is if you run into an issue at a conforming loan limit at 50, there's nothing you can do. Go buy a different house at a lower amount.
Yeah. So, and same thing with FHA. If you qualify, great, right?
Right.
With that 56%.
Yeah, but the only reason you're going to FHA is because your FICO score and that kind of stuff. It's not always about increasing the debt to income ratio. It's usually has to do with other things like lower FICO scores, and that actually, because you got more credit cards and other stuff, could be the reason you have that.
Risk related.
Right.
Wow.
I talked about this earlier in the week about foreclosures rising. There's been a surge.
How many?
In January 2026, there was 40,534 properties were foreclosures filings nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
That's really down 10% from December, but the 32% up from January of 2025. So the national rate is 1 in every 3,574 homes.
Okay.
That, housing units that are out there. The highest states for foreclosure rates reportedly is Delaware, correct? 1,612. Nevada, 1 in 1,983.
I bet they put everything on red.
Number one state is
California.
Florida, 1 in 2,067, because Florida has all those issues with condos and everything else
flying away.
Just in general, remember they got all get it. So, and you got to remember,
if you're buying insurance, is huge.
They didn't say this is FHA, but I think a lot of these are FHA because you don't have this any skin in the game, and so you can walk away. What do you mean you don't have skin? I put a down payment of 3.5. Yeah, but then you added your mortgage insurance on top of that, so really you got like 1.5, 1 3/4 into that property.
Yep.
Now the thing about these foreclosures, we're nowhere close to the 2008 level. But it's an 11th month year-over-year climb. That's what they're looking at. And I people need to move. People need to do this, and they can't sell their house. I'm not saying they can't, but what if they bought a house in a year or 2 years ago? They're not selling it because it has not increased in value.
Yeah. Well, and we just came out of 4 years of hell when it comes to the economy, so people are scrambling, and I think probably later this year, early next year, this will all settle down a little bit. People will be back working and doing well.
Yeah. Well, and then there's the VA loan fees. Were you here when I talked about this? Yeah. The trade groups are
they
pushing
still trying
back
to do that?
Yeah, they're pushing back on it. So here's the thing: is VA front industry groups are urging Congress to reconsider proposed VA home loan fees in the HR 6047. here's the issue. Concerns. So they're trying to get this money to pay for if you pass away, the money that's left over for your spouse. Why don't we just get this funded by somewhere else, not the veteran who does home loans funding this?
Okay.
That's my problem. Usually any cost to do a loan, like the funding fee, is to take care of issues with the loan, if there's any like foreclosures or that kind of stuff. Why are we taking money from that to put it somewhere else? This is wrong. So concerns highlighted include they extending the VA funding fee to 2036, which means they just where it is right now, leave it alone. They want to raise the EARL, that's our interest rate refinance reduction loan,
right,
that we all use for refinancings, from a half a percent. They want to raise it to 1.4% in costs. And that
doesn't make any sense.
That's like 3 times the amount.
Why are you going to charge the veteran more?
Why are you charging them at all? They should not be responsible for loans that they're doing. So, and they're like, well, they don't have to refinance, but they have the option.
Yeah.
Why are you taking all these rights away from the veterans? Just like here in the state of California, they passed a stupid law that vets can't work with VA claim companies that are not certified with the VA. Well, the VA takes over a year to get your certification, even if they do it. And now they took that all away. And these idiots up there, the governor, and then the other people behind the bills, all the real disabled vets were like, I want my name off this bill. They were, we're not taking your name off this bill. You started it. Well, they took it so far one way, it's ridiculous. Hopefully, if they do like they did in New York
and swing it back,
they take them to court and get into federal court, and it doesn't go through. So, but they give you one, so it doesn't go into effect until January 27. Well, it takes over a year to get VA approved, and people don't do it because of that. And so why do we need this? So, and they were like, well, veterans should not be taken advantage of, and they should not be charged for services, for benefits, or for other things. I'm like, well, and then how do they get groceries?
Yeah.
They get charged all the time for stuff. So what you're saying is because...
But they're talking out of both sides of their mouth, because they want to charge the veterans more to do something.
One's federal and one's state.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happened is the VA has it right now where the Veterans Administration has it to where you are not supposed to help any veteran. And there used to be fines and everything else. Well, they took all the fines away because they knew they still put it out there, but there's no fine. So all these companies started up. And there's some good ones, but then there's all 1% that are horrible. Well, why don't you just put in some regulations that say, okay, you can do this as long as you don't charge more than this, or you don't do this. Don't take the whole thing away. So that means any company that's in California that is part of this can't help them vet now in a year.
Right.
And because they're not going to get certified by the VA, because the VA doesn't want to certify these people, because they'll take it away from their VSOs, who are, please, no offense, but they're not there to do this
anything. Yeah.
They're there to help, but they're not there really to help, because they don't get paid. They get paid by the hour. So
it doesn't matter what they do. Right.
So why am I going to kill myself to get, unless I'm a really good VSO, and there are some really good VSOs out there, but there's more, it's that whole 90%, 10% really good VSOs and 90% that are just okay.
So what does VSO stand for?
Veteran Service Officer. And it usually gets, those are nonprofits. It's like the thing over there by Marie Callender, the Veterans Center over there. That's a Stanislaus County thing. They can do it, but they're not there. There's only so many of them. They can't handle. There's 1.5 million veterans in California.
It's a lot.
Yes. And there's no way they can handle more than a really good VSO is maxing out at 250 a month. And that's not closing them. That's just running them.
250
people.
250, not 50. 250. That's not much.
And even if you have, so say you have 100 VSOs.
Yeah.
They're not. They're probably got 150 and they got 100. So they're not making, and I'm not trying to knock them. I'm just saying this is the wrong thing they did. They took it away. And one of the guys was like, so basically what you're saying is veterans are too stupid to make decisions for themselves.
But they're not.
Well, I'm just saying that's what the Democrat, not the Democrat, but the other side politician was like, this is ridiculous. You're basically telling us that we're idiots.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. So
get us started.
Thank you, Governor, for taking care of our vets.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to take care of our vets, Governor, give us the discount for like every other state that does, where we don't have to pay property tax.
Yep.
Not by a county level.
No, he can't stop. It's the aliens are here. He can't stop spending money, He's such a smug little asshole.
Well, let's move on from that. We'll be here for 2 hours.
I know we will.
We already been here 20 minutes.
Oh, no.
All right.
Oh, no. It's Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. That's a 3-day weekend. What
Yep.
are you going to do?
I'm not telling you.
Are you
going to
mow?
I'm definitely
You
not
gonna mow
going
the lawn?
Definitely not going to mow or pull weeds. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, your gardener is
My
doing a good
knee
job.
doesn't allow me to bend down there or my hip now to do that kind of stuff anymore.
Oh, you can bend down there. You just can't get back up, huh?
Correct. Correct, Mundo.
Yeah. Here. Well, now that I'm down here, I think I'll just take a nap.
No, I said I'm down here. Hun, come and help me up. Nope.
You're too heavy.
Ouch.
All right, kids. Well, for her to pick you up, she's a tiny girl.
Yeah. Well, I have gained some weight again.
It happens.
Yeah, for the best of us.
We
All right.
humans are cyclical.
Okay.
Everybody have a fantastic weekend. Make the most of it, because you don't know when your time is up.
Oh, thanks for being so positive today. All right, make it a great day. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend.
See you Tuesday.
Actually, and we're doing a replay this weekend because we're not going to be here.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right. Bye.